What's up, YouTube? PokePrimer here, and I am your coach of the Memphis Primeapes. It is now week 9. Well, technically not yet, and I'll explain that in a second. But we are here to deliver the team building portion of our week 9 battle here in the PFC Fantasy League. Ladies and gentlemen, the playoffs are right around the corner, and it's just going to get tougher from here. For week 9, we are battling none other than Francois, the Montreal Crawdaunts, the founders of this league. That just goes to show he knows what he's doing. And he, as of the time I'm recording this, he is currently first place in the Hoenn Conference, which is definitely something to say for him. You know, it's definitely something to brag about. It's a very, very competitive conference, so yeah. But I will say I am recording this before I've even had my Week 8 battle with Chase and the Orlando Magikarps, and before anyone else has had their Week 8 battles as well. So I don't have any of that information. I just know I'm going to be busy over the next couple of weeks, a little bit with some school stuff. So just be wary about that. I'm recording. I'm probably actually going to record the team builder for our Week 10 battle as well. I do have the team already built and ready to go. Just, gonna record. Yeah, I'll record that in a little bit. But for week 9, it's going to be a week of firsts, a week of several firsts. The first of those firsts is we're not bringing Mega Venusaur. He has come to every single match this season besides this one now, which there's reasoning for that, and that reasoning is Mega Metagross, potential extra sensory on Raikou, Mons walling it like Sapsipper Gudra, and Chansey, who also walls it. Mons that can potentially destroy it, like Hydreigon, who can learn moves like that are moves that can most likely destroy it, I think. Scrafty, who can actually learn Zen Headbutt. Basically, just a lot of Mons on his team heavily threaten Mega Venusaur to the point where I couldn't warrant bringing it safely, so I did go with that. We will get to another one of the first, well, at least first time in a long times, near the end of this portion of the video. And the second and the third first, which I'll explain more when I get to it, is I'm running 2 Mons with the same item, which I almost never, ever do. In fact, I don't think I've ever done it. On any team I've built, have I ever run 2 Mons with the same item. Unless it was like really, really low tier and it was an Eviolite, which that's different. But you'll understand when I talk about the team, my thought processes here. But anyway, Frank has one of the scariest teams, in my opinion, in the entire league. He is rocking Mega Metagross, Rotom Wash, Raikou, Gudra, Hydreigon, Scrafty, Jellicent, Pyroar, Mismagius, Chansey, and Nidoqueen. So you can see his team is nothing to laugh at. He's got insane amounts of bulk in the Gudra and the Chansey, along with the Jellicent, the Scrafty. Hydreigon can be bulky, Nidoqueen can be bulky. He's got crazy bulk throughout his whole team. A lot of his team is, when it comes to defensive stats, it's base 100 and up. Like, it's insane. He's also got heavy hitters like Pyroar, Mismagius, Nidoqueen hits hard, Gudra, Hydreigon, Raikou hits hard, and Mega Metagross as well, that can really put pressure and threaten an entire squad if they wanted to. So prepping for this week's match took a lot of time and a lot of thought. And hopefully, I feel like with this squad of 6 Mons that I built, we can take on any 6 mons that he brings against us very, very effectively. The squad I predict him to bring would be Mega Metagross, Raikou, I would say Goodra Hydreigons up in the air, Jellicent for sure. I say Pyroar and Chansey. That's what I think he's going to bring against me. Hopefully I'm right. I mean, if I'm not right, that doesn't really matter. I have coverage for everything on his team. But I feel like he can't bring Rotom Wash fearing the Mega Venusaur, because Mega Venusaur completely shits on Rotom Wash every day of the week. I don't feel like I feel like Goodra's more likely because it's a recent pickup. He wants to use it a little bit more, and he knows I have a couple potent threats that can handle his Hydreigon a little better. So I feel like he might go ahead and bring the Goodra over the Hydreigon, which again, it's perfectly fine. Doesn't matter. I'm not worried about that. Jellicent, I almost guarantee it's one of his favorite walls to use on his team, so I feel really strong about him bringing that. Even though the Mega Venusaur is a thing, I don't see him bringing Scrafty, kind of for the same reasons he wouldn't bring Hydreigon, is because a lot of the same things that handle Hydreigon will also handle Scrafty. So that's a thing. I feel Pyroar is coming because Pyroar outspeeds a lot of my team and hits really hard, and I feel like overall it just puts in more work than Mismagius. Plus, if he brings Jellicent, he's not going to bring Mismagius. He doesn't want those double ghosts on his team. He'd have too much of a dark type and too much of a knockoff weakness. Mega Metagross is a guarantee. Chansey can pretty much wall my whole team. A lot of my team. I do have a lot of potent special attackers and mons that have been used as powerful special attackers throughout a lot of the season. So he would most likely bring Chansey to kind of shut that down and just shut down a lot of my team in a wallet. I don't think he'd bring Nidoqueen because I do have 2 very, very powerful psychic types. I have plenty of mons with I have water coverage. I have ice. I have ice coverage. I have ground coverage. I don't see him bringing it, but again, it's something I had to plan for. So the first mon we're bringing this week is Mew. He took a little bit of time off, but he's coming back, and he is holding an Assault Vest this week. Looking at Frank's team, traditionally, now he could be running some weird stuff, but traditionally, 8 out of his 11 mons are traditionally run as special attackers. So when it comes down to that, that means a good portion of his lineup of whatever he brings is going to be special. So therefore, when it comes down to the lineup, I mean, let's say he does bring the lineup I predict him to bring. Raikou, Goodra, Jellicent, Pyroar, all 4 of them are special attackers, which means they're completely shut down by Mew. 100% shut down. And I did all the calcs on Nugget Bridge earlier. I've been using the Nugget Bridge calculator a lot more lately because I trust it a little better. And it's less of a pain in the ass to use. I can't upload my team straight to it, but that's not the point. But anyway, I ran a lot of the calcs, and pretty much nothing on his team does over 50% to Mew. Barely anything on his team can do that, which is fantastic for me. Come on. Don't fucking do this to me right now. Don't do this to me right now, internet. Don't do this to me right now. Don't you do this to me right now. Not in the middle of my video. Don't do this to me right now. Alright guys, we are back. Sorry, my campus Wi-Fi is complete and utter garbage. Complete garbage. So, anyway, back to talking about Mew. Mew pretty much walls a lot of his team thanks to the Assault Vest. running max HP, we're running max special attack, modest, 4 into defense. This thing just so tanky, it's crazy. We're rocking Shadow Ball, which is a 2-hit KO on the Metagross, which can't take us out, which cannot kill us. So yeah, we're doing that. Dazzling Gleam, which is a guaranteed OHKO on the Hydreigon and does crazy damage to the Scrafty as well. Earth Power, which does crazy damage to half his team. And the knockoff is there because once I reveal that I'm special, it comes down to it. Basically, he's going to want to switch into Chansey. So having the knockoff there, I can fire it off if I predict him to switch. I can fire that off and get rid of that EVLA early, which makes Chansey almost useless to his team. Almost completely useless. At that point, it's just a matter of hitting it with the right hit at the right time, and Chansey's gone. So that would be fantastic. In my opinion, it would be fantastic if we could kill Chansey early. We take Chansey out. Basically, at this point, looking at it, we take out Chansey and Mega Metagross. We have a field day. We have fun, and we just clean up the rest. Honestly. But yeah. So that's the Mew that we are running. That is AV number 1. That is the spoiler right there. We do have 2 AV Mons on our team. But Mew is going to be our OU pick for this week, our OU Mon. Our UU Mon, our main UU Mon, is going to be a mixed choice scarfed Mojo Jojo the Infernape here. I'm running just enough EVs that I guarantee OHKO the Mega Metagross with Overheat. Because I see the only reason I'm running Scarf is because Mega Metagross naturally outspeeds me by 2 points. So I kind of have to run Scarf to make sure I outspeed it, as well as outspeeding all the potential Scarfers on his team like Hydreigon, Pyroar, Mismagius. I'm guaranteed to outspeed all of those Mons as well. If they do decide to come as Scarfed, I outspeed them. So running 156 8 attack, 108 special attack, and max speed. With Overheat to kill the Metagross, Close Combat to basically just destroy a lot of his team. Hydreigon, Scrafty, Pyroar, Chansey gets 2-hit KO'd even by the Close Combat. It's pretty monstrous. Earthquake is there for the Raikou, the Pyroar as well, just in case. The Nidoqueen if it wants to come in, and then the U-turn is there just in case, just to kind of try and grab some momentum early on in the match. Popping off U-turns here and there would be really, really nice to do. Keep the momentum on my side as much as possible, because doing that against Frank is pretty much necessary. You have to hold the momentum the whole match. If you don't hold the momentum, Frank will steal it from you, and Frank will kick your ass. Plain and simple. There's no bones about it. Frank will win if you don't hold the momentum straight through. So that is the goal. Mojo Jojo is part 1 of holding the momentum. Part 2 comes in the form of Flashlight. Flashlight is our other Assault Vested user. Now, again, when I looked at his team and saw that most of it was special, I knew that having... Oh, come on, don't fucking do this to me right now. Don't fucking do this to me right now. Don't do this. Come on, there we go. Our Wi-Fi is cutting in and out. It's really pissing me off right now. Really pissing me off. Anyway, we're going to try and go through the rest of these really quick. So, basically, Fleshlight is there. Fleshlight is here to do things. I'm bringing him mostly physical this week. Running a Brave Nature, max HP, max attack, 4 into Spadef. We are running the Volt Switch so we can keep the Volt Turn combo going. We are running Dragon Claw because it does crazy damage to Goodra and Hydreigon, which is really, really nice to have. We're rocking the Drain Punch because it also hurts the Hydreigon, the Scrafty, the Pyroar, and the Chansey. Being able to hit the Chansey with that is really, really good because we'll get a lot of HP back. We're also running the Super Fang. Now, early in the match, that'll be really nice because Mons like Mega Metagross, Chansey, they're gonna want to swap in on this thing, and being able to hit those bulkier Mons, those bigger Mons, with a Super Fang early on, dropping them immediately down to half, with not many ways of recovery in the ways of Mega Metagross and like maybe Wish passing with Chansey, but it's not going to want to take the risk with a Fleshlight here firing off Drain Punches and shit. I can always just fire off a Super Fang on the turn. It's going to get it gets its health back. You know, it's a done deal. But still, Fleshlight pretty much with the Super Fang puts a lot of extra added pressure on his team, because anything that switches in on it outside of the Jellicent and the Chansey, which a Jellicent will never, or Jellicent and Mismagius, and a Jellicent would never switch in on an Electros. That'd just be silliness. And I know Frank, he doesn't play around with silliness. But outside of that, Super Fang is gonna throw him off his game potentially, and starting to nail Super Fangs, even though it's only 90% accuracy, but still, regardless of that, being able to hit those on any Mon is going to be fantastic, because it makes it so much easier to kill later on in the match, and especially if there's rocks up. That's going to make my job so much easier. So the next Mon that we have is going to be Haunter, which almost came as Scarf, but then we had Mojo Jojo as Scarf because he was more necessary to be Scarfed. Boo the Haunter here is running choice specs with a timid nature, max speed, max special attack. Basically, it was the best thing that I could come up with to run on him. I did for my NU pick for this week. I didn't really want to bring Meltank. I had no reason to bring Meltank, and just couldn't see a role that it fit in. Plus, I needed another special attacker, so I went with that. Rocking a pretty basic move set for the most part. Rocking the Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball actually OHKOs the Metagross. Now against me, Metagross pretty much guaranteed to go for Bullet Punch, expecting me to be Scarfed, because that's what Haunters typically are. So he kind of has to go for Bullet Punch. And Bullet Punch doesn't kill me. Shadow Ball kills him. So that's something to look into. That'll be something to think about in match. Dazzling Gleam is there, obviously, for the Hydreigon, the Scrafty, and the Goodra. With the specs, obviously, the Dazzling Gleam is killing the Hydreigon and doing insane damage to the Scrafty. The Energy Ball is there because I needed some Mon to be carrying a coverage move for Rotom Wash. Just in case he does bring it, I need to have some form of grass coverage. And then Hidden Power Ground, I've mentioned it earlier, a lot of his Mons are weak to ground. And Hidden Power Ground does do really, really decent damage to his Mons, so that's pretty nice. The next Mon we are bringing this week is Zanzibar the Donphan, holding the leftovers. Max HP, max attack with an adamant nature. Rocking Stealth Rocks, Earthquake, Seed Bomb, and Play Rough. The Earthquake, again, ground coverage. It's stab here. It does crazy damage to a lot of his team. Does about half to most members. Seed Bomb is there. Basically, Seed Bomb and Play Rough are there for early game for Mons that want to try and switch in on Donphan to try and shut down its Earthquakes. If Rotom Wash wants to come in, if he has Rotom Wash with him, and Rotom Wash wants to come in, we click Seed Bomb. If Hydreigon wants to come in, if he doesn't have Rotom Wash, well, at least we brought the Seed Bomb. He might want to bring in Jellicent. Still, it's an option. We click Seed Bomb. If he wants to bring in Hydreigon, if he brings Hydreigon against us, we have Play Rough. If he wants to bring Goodra in against us, we have Play Rough. Play Rough's going to do over half to them on switch in, which is freaking nice to have, because I like doing half to things when they come in against me. Plus, with the sturdy ability, he's guaranteed to get rocks up. And fun fact, Frank has no hazard removal on his team. Nothing that gets defog, nothing that rapid spins, nothing. No hazard removal at all. So once these rocks go up, they stay up, which is nice. If I can force switches throughout the game, that racks up damage on his team, and that's going to make my life 1,000 times easier. So that's going to be Zanzibar, the last Mon, who is here for the first time since like the beginning of the season. He's just so good. I needed to bring him back. We have Weavile here. Weavile is back again. He came last week against Chase. He's coming again this week to put in some work. We're running a Life Orb set this week because we do need to be able to switch between our moves. There are reasons for that. With Knockoff Ice Shard, Ice Skull Crash, and Brick Break. Jolly Nature max speed, max attack, max speed. We outspeed his entire team. If anything, Scarf. That's the only way it's outspeeding us. Knockoff is just one of the best moves to have. It does over half to his entire team, if not having a good chance to OHKO it, which is insane. It also does just enough damage. I actually still have the calc up. Knock off. Let me pull up the Chansey. Chansey. Knock off to a Chansey does 37 to 43%. Brick Break. Once the Eviolite is gone, Brick Break does 57 to 67%. Therefore, 1v1, Weavile completely ends Chansey's life. Eviolite gone, Chansey gone. 100%. The knockoff itself just does crazy damage to his whole team. Ice Shard is there for priority to pick off Mons later in the match. Icicle Crash destroys Goodra, Hydreigon, Nidoqueen. Just destroys any Mon that it can touch. And then the Brick Break obviously is gonna is there for the Chansey, but it can also really hurt the Pyroar. It can really hurt the Scrafty. It can hurt Hydreigon if it wants to. It provides options. So that is the team we're bringing against Frank. I hope not bringing Mega Venusaur doesn't bite me in the ass. I hope Dual AV doesn't bite me in the ass. But I'm feeling really, really confident about this. Guys, I think we can pull this out. I think we can beat Frank. We beat Frank, then we just have one hurdle left before the playoffs before we can 100% prove that we can beat everyone in the league. We have one more person to beat after him. If we can beat Frank, we have one person to beat, and that's going to be Andy. And that's going to be a tough match, but we can do it. Let's get right into it, guys. I'm PokePrimer, signing off. Hey guys, just quick little update tacked on. I know I'm not doing intro for it because I already did one at the beginning of the team builder. Basically, I sat down and I sent my team for week 9 against Frank to Damien, the coach of the Atlanta Fearos, and we sat down and we discussed kind of what we thought about it. He said it was overall a really, really well-built team. He feels it has a really good chance of taking Frank on, but he did recommend a couple of things. In this case, let me pull out my notebook as well that has all of my information that I need against Frank down. Okay, so I told him about all the coverage. I showed him all the coverage I had on my team, and he said, "All right, well, you really don't need Play Rough on your Donphan, because what if in the end of the day he doesn't bring Hydreigon or Scrafty, which he doesn't really tend to do very often. So I don't need the Play Rough." So he recommended having a knockoff on it. So I was like, yeah, absolutely, that's good. Might take away, a fairy, super effective fairy move for a couple members of his team. But at the end of the day, knockoff is very good for utility. Overall, it has really good utility value to it, and it can do things. Yeah, it can do plenty of things. But yeah, the utility value of knockoff is great, especially because Donphan's a bulky mon, and can most definitely hit hard enough to do crazy damage to something, on a switch in, and getting an item off of it is definitely, but can most definitely provide a lot of support to the team. We also talked and we said stealth rocks aren't really necessary. It ends up just being chip damage at the end of the day, and that's not really something we need against Frank's team. So he suggested going with either another coverage move. I've thought about, Gunk Shot, Head Smash is a thing. Ice Shard for the priority. The words work with me here. But then I decided on Rapid Spin. Now, if he doesn't bring hazards, then this slot is wasted. But I think he will. He has enough mons to set it up. He usually does bring the hazards. I think he will set up hazards. Because outside of Donphan and Mew, I don't think I have any other potential hazard removers. If I'm not thinking of any on the top of my head, I apologize. But I don't think I have any. And having hazards off the field would be great for the strategy that I came up. Well, I didn't come up with it. I won't say I came up with it because that would imply that I was this smart. But I'll show you right here. So we have Weavile here, right? We have this life orb right here, right? Well, actually, before I let me pull up. I feel like the set's gonna end up staying the same, but if I can get what I'm thinking on Weavile, then most definitely it's happening. So how do you go about getting the move that I'm thinking about? How do you go about getting it? Is it a tutor move? It's an egg move. I can get that. So the set that I was thinking about doing, I know it's kind of crazy, but hear me out. I'm obviously going to keep Knock Off and Icicle Crash and Brick Break here. I need all of that heavy damage on the mons on his team. Ice Shard's not really necessary because all the mons that Ice Shard's going to hit hard, I outspeed anyway. So Icicle Crash is the better click because I can do more damage. However, in place of Ice Shard, I'm going to put Counter. Now, why Counter, you say? Well, Counter is there because the new item we are putting on Weavile, while yes it lowers his damage output, it's still a Weavile, it's still going to hurt like a bitch. We're putting on a Focus Sash. Now, this was a strategy recently done by Joey PokeAim in the UCL, coach of the Bronx Beartics, in his match against A-Drive and the St. Louis Rampardos, where A-Drive in fact does have Mega Metagross. The plan was make sure Weavile is in against Mega Metagross. Mega Metagross has to go for Bullet Punch because Weavile naturally outspeeds. Weavile doesn't in fact die to it, but with the Focus Sash it'll live. And that point we click Counter and down goes Mega Metagross. And honestly, Mega Metagross is a massive, massive threat to this team. So having another way of KOing it easily is top notch. I forget, can I go Adamant? I'm just out of curiosity, can I go Adamant? I can't because Mega Metagross outspeeds me at one point, and I can't afford that, so jolly it is. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna end up going with that, and roll right into battle as of now. Wassup YouTube? PokePrimer here. I'm back. We couldn't connect on 3DS. I don't know why. I don't know if it was my campus's Wi-Fi or his Wi-Fi being shitty, or just something wrong with Nintendo's servers in general. But they were just being dumb. So we are doing our battle here on Showdown. So again, if you guys are excited, make sure to leave a like down below. I apologize for this. Hopefully this won't happen again in the future. But, you know, you never know. It can go down. But we're just going to get into it. So against us, I don't actually have to write down his team now. He's bringing the Mega Metagross, obviously. He brought the Rotom Wash, which I predicted. Hydreigon, Nidoqueen, Jellicent, and Miss Magius. Okay, so who do I think he's going to lead with? I feel like he's going to lead with Nidoqueen. I don't want to lead with Weavile to counter that, because that just seems asinine. I can't really lead with Donphan against it. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and lead with Mew. Because I'm assault vested and like a lot of his team is special, so I can work around that. Alright, so against Jellicent here, my safest play is to click knockoff. Get his leftovers off. He's gonna Shadow Ball me. That's gonna do absolutely nothing. Then I'm gonna fire off this Shadow Ball, and it's gonna do decent damage. I did get. Alright, he got the special defense drop, so that's a good thing. I can't afford to let Mew take too much damage here, and with my Shadow Ball being disabled, I don't like that. So he's probably just gonna go for another Shadow Ball. So it puts me in a tough spot. I kind of almost have to take it. So he tries to go for a. If he goes for a Will-O-Wisp here, that's a problem, because I don't want my Electros burned, because it is physical this week, so that's a problem. Then again, if he goes for the Shadow Ball, it's going to do decent damage to a lot of my team, so I feel like I just have to stay in. I don't really want to stay in. A Shadow Ball does too much damage. Being disabled is such a problem. That Cursed Body is so annoying. He put the battle timer on, you dick. I have to take the risk and go out into Electros and scare it out. He doubles out. Oh, he predicted it. He fucking predicted it. Although I am Assault Vest, so no matter what he does, I can get this Super Fang off. He sets up Toxic Spikes. And I missed the fucking Super Fang. Are you kidding me? Fuck. He gets 2 layers of Toxic Spikes up. That's absolutely detrimental to my team. Although I do have Donphan who can spin them away, but alright, so I feel like he might set up rocks. Why do I feel like he's gonna set rocks up? Do I even have a switch? No, I don't. I don't have enough to take this thing out. Kind of busy. Whoever's knocking. He does set up the rock, so I can't bring Weavile in anytime soon. Fuck me. I mean, he doesn't have access to any form of like real recovery, so I can just fire off another Dragon Claw, I guess. I mean, it's the best thing I can do. I mean, swapping out to anything else, it's gonna just take damage from the rocks and get poisoned, so that's a problem. I mean, if I can get a free switch into Donphan and get a rapid spin off, that'd be lovely. I mean, he does have this Magius, but I can always just fire off a knockoff, and either way, whatever comes in is not gonna appreciate it. Crunch did so much damage. I know he's not choicing it. I know he's obviously not choiced, so he's got Crunch, Stealth Rock, Toxic Spikes. My thing is, does he carry Ice Beam? And do I risk that? I think I have to risk that. feel like he's carrying Ice Beam. I can't risk it. I have to go for the Dragon Claw. He goes out into Rotom. Alright, so at this point, I'm gonna Volt Switch. No. Because if he Volt Switches, then that's a problem. He's gonna burn me. Damn it. Alright, at least I still have the what do you call it? The Super Fang to use. So I can actually go out now into Haunter, who's only hurt by the rocks. And what's my safest play here? Do I just go for the energy ball and just say fuck it? Yeah, I go for the energy ball and just say, do I go for the Dazzling Gleam, predicting him to swap into something that can eat a ghost type move, being Hydreigon. I go for the Dazzling Gleam. Oh shit, he stayed in. He Thunder Wave. Oh, he's on top of his game tonight. I should have just gone for my first instinct for the energy ball, and Thunderball kills me. Damn it. I mean, Boo wasn't huge for Boo wasn't hugely useful for my team. I can't bring Weavile in. Weavile would normally be the mon I would go out into at this point. Oh my god, this is such a bad situation. My best bet is probably to go out into Mojo Jojo right now. It's really sucks that he's toxic. It really sucks that he had to take that rocks damage. But my best bet is just to go for a U-turn. I don't know if he's gonna stay in and try to do anything. He fucking lives the U-turn. That fucking. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna go out into Fleshlight. That's about all I can do. Eat the Hydro Pump a little bit, kind of. He outspeeds me. Alright. This is not going well at all. I'm just. Yeah, let Fleshlight go down. How much did the U-turn do? 20.6. That's not enough. I need Weavile healthy. This is not going well. I'm not getting 6-0'd. I refuse. Alright, so this time I just go close combat and just kill it. If he swaps out right now, I swear to God. If I'd gone for Energy Ball, this whole problem would have been solved. Haunter wouldn't be dead. We'd be in a nice place right now, but I lost 2 Mons because I was stupid. And now I'm paying for it now. So hard. He's just gonna go right out into Metagross here, isn't he? I need Mojo Jojo. I have to go out into Mew. He's gonna take the rocks damage, get the toxic. Let's get Hone Claws. Oh no. Not a fan. I guess I just Earth Power. I Earth Power for safety. Earth Power does over half. That's actually nice. I can actually let Mew go down here. Earth Power go off. No, he's gonna kill me with a Bullet Punch. I can bring Mojo Jojo back. Oh, he's got a plus. He's +1. He might kill me with a Bullet Punch now. Yeah, I have to go out into Mojo Jojo here. This is the only thing I can do. Do I just fire off the Overheat and try to be cheeky? Or do I fire off an Earthquake just in case? I fire off Overheat. I am choiced. He goes out and Jellicent. Damn it. And he missed the Overheat anyway. That's so ass. Damn it. Oh, I'm in such a bad spot right now. I have to. Oh my god, I've lost this match. I lost this match from the beginning. I don't know what happened. God. This match is just over. This match is just over. Like, I have nothing I can do at this point. Because there goes my sash. There goes my fucking focus sash. Which is literally, like, the whole purpose of Weavile in this match. Knockoff isn't even going to kill the Jellicent because it doesn't have an item anymore. And the only upside to that is the fact that Jellicent does go down here. But at the same time, it's too late. Yeah, he was obviously going to bullet punch there. I was going to take out Weavile. And at this point, he could probably bullet punch and take out Mojo Jojo. But at this point, it doesn't matter. So no matter what move I click, it's not going to be able to take out the rest of his team. If I click close combat, he can just come in with Miss Magius and kill me. Because then I'm locked in because I'm scarfed. I just click overheat. He doesn't kill me with the bullet punch. I kill Mega Metagross with the overheat. And then it's just a matter of time. I can't. Not right now. And he just comes in with the Mismagius, eats up the hit like it's nothing, and then I'm dead. GG to Frank. The whole Wi-Fi shit fucking threw me off, man. I'm just... There's no reason I should have lost that so badly. Oh my god. I played so stupid. I overpredicted so hard. And honestly, the overpredictions were what cost me. I thought it would be... He played so much safer than I thought he would. I expected him to make a lot more predictions. I expected him to make a lot more crazy plays like he usually does, and he just didn't do it. He just didn't do it, and that fucked me. Plain and simple, it fucked me over. GG to Frank. He played well. He played a lot better than me. God damn it. Fuck it. Oh, I'm ending this now. I'm sorry. Till next time, I'm PokePrimer signing off.